Hi. Ignore the, you know what, win. There we go. Hello, once again I have relapsed, please send help. Because today we're talking about another terrible, obscure, poorly made game based on a bad franchise. You'd think I'm just talking about Hello Neighbor on its own, but no, it's actually a fan game of Hello Neighbor that's been making its rounds online. It's spreading. The video itself is hard to explain, so I'll just expose you to it. Prepare yourself. Okay, just listen, before you call the emergency services, I swear this rabbit hole is kind of interesting. One day when scrolling the void, I came across this video of a Hello Neighbor ripoff, like mobile game thing, with some low quality music in the background, and you know what, it's still better than the entirety of Cardi's new album. I don't know what it is about this cursed video of Hello Neighbor that stuck out to me, but it's like the funniest thing ever. The floating neighbor, the stalk run animation, the music in the background, everything about this game is perfection. It's even funnier because I can see small things that are specific to Unity development. You know, that's the thing I have a bit of knowledge in. I'll see my games. What game have you made recently? Hello Neighbor on its own is like another can of worms entirely. The game just doesn't work in any way, and it sucks because the concept was pretty solid. But now whenever I hear or see any Hello Neighbor content, I just burst into laughter because it's fucking Hello Neighbor. I don't know. Like, I don't know much about it, but I remember the DA game song that went like, "Hello, I'm your name." I actually played a bit of it with some friends recently on Discord, and it was an experience like no other.
Stuff.
He said,
upstairs.
He said, why did he do that? I guess we don't. Oh, look at that amazing quality tomato image just put on the screen. What was that? What did he just do? Don't need it, but you know. Whoa. Oh. What just happened? Oh. Oh wow, look at that. Okay, that's actually kind of, it's better than the old version. Anyways, back to this video I saw. At first I didn't really care for finding this ripoff game. I just really wanted to know where the hell the audio was from, which, browsing the comments, I found the song was called Clutterfunk, and it's mostly known for being used in Geometry Dash. While that's cool and I moved on, the neighbor wasn't done with me. At least once a week I'd see new footage of this elusive game, and it was always new footage. Like every time it would have different UI. What is this? It's like, this game, it's like a real game. It has to be a real game because people are getting footage of it and they're uploading it online, but I can't find it anywhere. All the comments say a different thing. They say it's Goodbye Neighbor. It's not called Goodbye Neighbor. If you look it up on the App Store, there's not just a thing called Goodbye Neighbor. There's nothing there. There's not. So I thought to maybe start looking around for this elusive game, see if I can find it. First place I checked was TikTok. I don't really use TikTok, but I'd install it for the purpose of hunting this game down. I figured to check there since while I did see it on Instagram, 90% of the content from Instagram is just from TikTok anyways. Browsing comments on re-uploads of the footage of this game, there are like 4 different suggestions as to what this game is and who made it. The first and most widely spread lie is that this game is called Goodbye Neighbor, which just so happens to be the name of the meme. Countless times I'd see people ask what's the name of this game, and the majority of the answers were Goodbye Neighbor. It's not called Goodbye Neighbor. I did find this game on an APK site called Goodbye Neighbor, tried downloading it, and after skipping the 13 warnings that I might die if I opened it, I found fucking nothing. It had white screens. Whoops, there's a Trojan. I tried emulating it on PC and it actually worked, but this is not Goodbye Neighbor. This is not the game we're looking for. I imagine the title Goodbye Neighbor is just a brilliant subversive joke that's so funny we need to repeat it 40 times in every comment section, because surely nobody has thought of the joke Goodbye Neighbor before. The second suggestion for the name of the game that I've seen people passing around is Hello Neighbor Nikki Escape. I've seen literally nobody give a source for this info, and as far as I can tell, the only game that even like remotely has a name similar to this is actually an official Hello Neighbor game called Nikki's Diaries, which is probably of similar quality, but I'm gonna assume that the name Goodbye Neighbor Nikki Escape, or I don't even know. I don't even care. It's a hoax. It's not. The other 2 things I've seen in comment sections are links. There's one to a Game Jolt page and another to a Russian file sharing website. The Game Jolt page has a lot of amazing photos, but what we're interested in is the download. We hit download and finally we have some sort of build of the elusive game. This was quick, but I believe this is the exact copy of the game from the video that's been passed around. The only issue is the neighbor doesn't fucking move. He doesn't move at all. The person who uploaded the clips has confirmed that this is the exact build they used for the video, and they even uploaded a tutorial on how to play it on their page. But again, the issue is the neighbor doesn't move. When the entire selling selling point of the gag is the way the neighbor moves, or rather floats around. That's kind of a deal breaker. I tried on both my phone and my computer, but I couldn't get anything to happen both times. The rest of the build is pretty bare bones. There's an opening cutscene that doesn't actually end when the video does, so you just have to skip it manually. Apparently this works for other people, as you can see in the comments, so I'm gonna trust that this is just my device and see if I can get this build. Wait, can you go back? Go to that screenshot. What did he say? Problems moving the camera because it was made in Unity, so it's you know what, yeah, this is actually true. This is 100% true. Every game and piece of content made in Unity is actually garbage, all of it. But then again, this guy uploads content like POV You Wake Up in the Soviet Union 1960, made entirely of AI generated image, and like these sound effects.
Oh, really?
Buddy, I don't think this is how it was. Hey, update to this. Never mind. I am just stupid. This is the exact build used for one of the memes. I figured out how to get the neighbor to, like, hello. To get the neighbor to come outside and chase you, all you have to do is pick up this tomato, and there's no pickup button. You just walk over it, and then walk over to the window, and you throw the tomato at the window. This causes the neighbor to get angry, and he walks outside, and if he sees you while he walks outside, it begins the iconic chase. I'm really impressed that people were able to make these memes, because as some of the comments have mentioned, the camera in this build does not work. It's completely broken. It is nearly impossible to use. After realizing that you could actually get the neighbor to come outside, I also found a TikTok video showing exactly how to get the neighbor to come outside. And in this video, they actually show how to beat the game, so if you want to see footage of Goodbye Neighbor being beat, you can follow the link in the... If you want to see... Anyways, there's still more builds to find. That was only the first one, and there are other builds and different versions of the meme. The other link I saw that had been shared around was this file sharing site link. And downloading it, it's the same one again, but this time the character controller is fixed. But they removed the ability to jump, and they also added this. There's already so much to unpack, so first of all, this isn't a tutorial. It's labeled as a tutorial on the main menu, but it's not. There's a new button for the aim rotation at the top, and in case you didn't hear, it's playing what I think is a Russian cover of the DA Games Hello Neighbor song, the guy's Hello! In here we get the info that this game is made by a channel called Superstar Gaming Channel, which I will come back to later, so remember that because it comes back at the bottom of the iceberg. Every copy of Goodbye Neighbor is personalized, bitch. So far this is my preferred version because the character controller actually works. This build seems to be closest to this video here. The key difference is that the aim rotation button at the top is only in the tutorial. Outside of that, it seems to be the same build. Speaking of rotation, the entire player rotates when you look down. Not the camera, the entire player. This lets you pretty much clip through anything you want if you try hard enough. I managed to make it inside the neighbor's house early and nothing happens, as if anything happens anyways. But good news, I was actually able to recreate the meme this time with the neighbor flying around and all, unless you say it's Pim. The next version is one I found by looking at Superstar's Game Jolt. It's the only other version of the Hello Neighbor build on there. This one is called Alpha 1 Beta 4.0. Alpha and Beta. It's Alpha and Beta at the same time. I forgot to mention this, but all the other builds we've looked at so far have been marked as prototypes. So I assume this is like an updated build of both of those. This time there's a lot more going on. There's a proper intro and some kind of tutorial that you can skip by jumping through the window. This is definitely not the version we're looking for, but it can give us some clues. For one, there's now an interact button, so you can actually tell what you're doing now. That's cool, I guess. Looking around the house a bit, it's definitely bigger, but there's not much here at all. Kind of like normal Hello Neighbor, so I guess they nailed that vibe perfectly. Other than that, there's not much to say here. The final build I'll be showcasing today is the previous version of this one, but it's a bit confusing, but I'll explain. I found this one from the small link above the download button on the Alpha Things Game Jolt, and for some reason, this is the wrong link. It lets you download a different version of the game. Sorry to disappoint, but this is literally exactly the same, but it doesn't have the tutorial intro where you can jump through the window. That's about it. Riveting stuff, I know. Now's a good time to mention some of the rumors I've seen in the comments section of these videos. That the game was designed to make people download it as a virus, including some actual full TikTok posts about scary virus Hello Neighbor games.
Let's talk about viruses. Angry Neighbor. Before we begin, maybe if you could follow me on The game has been confirmed to contain viruses. The game Angry Neighbor virus, also known as Hello Neighbor, cannot be downloaded from the Apple Store, but is available for download on Google Play Store or Chrome. It was intended to serve as a second version of the Hello Neighbor game, as some users were unable to access the full version of Hello Neighbor. However, Angry Neighbor was developed with built-in viruses.
Real trustworthy. I'm not trusting anyone who says this is a virus, but I'm also not trusting anyone who says it's safe. I know TikTok is very well known for having the most reliable information sources, but I'm not going to be taking any of these comments seriously. Mostly because the average TikTok user is about 5 to 6 years old, and their comments are either gibberish or the N-word, because that's the funniest thing imaginable to an audience who wasn't old enough to see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie when it came out. Not that they'd want to, but you get the point. Anyways, as far as I know, that's all the builds that people have been able to find. Cross-referencing the apps with the memes, we can find that one of these builds has been found and one of them is still missing. The build that's missing is the build from this video. I think it has slightly smaller houses and the aim rotation button is at the top during gameplay. That's the only difference. We have builds that are close to this, but not exact. So I guess one of these builds is Loss Media.
I'm sure most of you have seen this popular fan art image of SpongeBob going around. It's referred to as Gangster SpongeBob.
Someone out there definitely has it, obviously, otherwise this meme wouldn't exist. But I don't have that build on me, or I'm just missing something in this one we have already. Look, I can't waste any more of my life on another obscure fan game that has nothing to do in it, really, again. Now, about the developer's channel, we can see here. The channel is called Superstar Gaming Channel, and if you check out their oldest videos, you can see probably the greatest archaeological find of the decade. There's development footage of Goodbye Neighbor. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes footage of it, and translating it using Google, you can see that all of this stuff was actually developed earnestly. You get to see this guy who's most likely a kid making something for the sake of it because he likes it, and I think that's pretty cool. It looks like his thing was making ports of games that he liked for Android. It's nice reading the descriptions of all these videos. In some of them you can genuinely tell he doesn't really feel confident in the game, but he likes showing it to people anyway. Hold on, wait. Is that's a link to another build?
Oh my god! I can't believe this! Yo, I can't believe this! Yo, I cannot believe this! Oh my god!
Yes, as I was revising the script for this video, we found another build. This is breaking news. We are on this cusp, the cusp of greatness. This build is just a more updated version of the first prototype we looked at, with a better camera and more surrounding houses. No more floating neighbor, so that's nice, I guess, but this isn't what we're looking for. Anyways, reading the descriptions and translating what I can, it looks like he stopped making these builds, or at least the Hello Neighbor stuff, because people were sending him hate and he wasn't getting much attention anyways, so he felt demotivated. Which really sucks to see. In some of his later videos, including the ones not related to Hello Neighbor, you can see that 3 or so years of him having no success really got to the guy, and I doubt people giving him hate over his old stuff made him want to continue either. I'm gonna be honest, seeing him playing all this old Unity stuff really reminds me of the shit I used to make on Unity when I also had no idea how it worked. Hell, I still don't know how the thing works. I'm not gonna ridicule this guy just for trying to learn how to do something he looks like he genuinely enjoys. You can see his games improve over time too, and it's quite nice to see. Going from this meme we're talking about right now that's barely constitutes as a game, to this honestly pretty impressive remake of Outlast for mobile, made in the same engine he used for Goodbye Neighbor. You always have to make bad art to improve and make good art, so I can commend Superstar Gaming for sticking with the Hello Neighbor game and other things he made for so long. We've only found 5 versions, and from looking at his channel, there's a bunch more that have been unlisted and deleted, indicated by the removed videos and links. So a lot of these builds are, I guess, Lost Media. I can tell Superstar to at least some degree really cared about these ports he put together. This has started as a hunt for a funny Hello Neighbor game, and it's ended up with me looking through this small Russian creator's channel and kind of getting attached to it. It's such a shame that this game developer who was just starting off gave up so early, and he was last seen 10 months ago, so I really hope he's doing alright, and I will be there if he ever returns. All of this from fucking Goodbye Neighbor, by the way. So, to conclude, at least from what I've put together, this game turned out not to be an asset flip or a cash grab, but instead something from someone genuinely trying to recreate a game they like, and it somehow got swept up as a meme 4 years on from release. I have no idea where the meme originally comes from, or who made it, but if anyone has any more info on anything surrounding Goodbye Neighbor, leave it in the comments. I do read every single comment, and I heart every comment I've read. Lastly, I want to say the APKs I've used today are linked in the Google Drive in the description, but please be really careful when downloading it. Look, when this gives you 15 Trojans, I'm not responsible for that. I'm not a professional. I just want to make make sure the stuff is archived. And I've attached a note that tells you which build is which. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, I guess. I've been Big C the Man. The C doesn't stand for what you think, and I didn't write the rest of this outro, so bye.